swimming pretty much every week during my time in grad school, and I always went with a group of friends.
I just need a way out of my head. I'll do anything for a way out of my head.
So I realized something recently. When I was in grad school, I had this crazy need for everybody to like me. I felt like if I didn't accept everybody's invitation to hang out, I would not be invited to the next event, or people would just not like me and my life would be over. And you know what? It kind of worked. I think people liked me.
Hi, friends.
But I don't know if I truly liked me at the time. I don't regret all the time that I spent with people because I made the most of my experience and I made so many connections, but that led me to a new issue. I forgot what it was like to be alone. Oh, whatever do you mean? How can you possibly forget how to be alone? Like, you sleep alone, right? Or you eat, yeah. Well, what I mean is I spent so much time around people to avoid being by myself. Am I the only one that does this? Yes, well, probably I am the only one, but I really demonized being by myself. Why didn't I actually want to be around myself anymore? I was constantly looking for a way out of my head, and I did that by connecting with other people's heads. I distracted myself with other people. Swimming was one of my biggest things that I did every week with friends, and I never went alone. Why? And that's weird because I've always swam with other people. I swam in a swim team for many years, and that was with people. And then I went to grad school and I only swam with other people.
Everything's different, I can't complain.
And then midway through the semester, I sprained my ankle. No one told you this, but I fell in a hole at a tailgate. See, people tell you when you sprain your ankle that your ankle will never be the same, blah, blah, blah. But nobody tells you about the mental craziness you go through when you hurt yourself and you can no longer do things for yourself. But ignoring all that, I think the hardest part of being on crutches was all of a sudden I had to get used to spending so much time alone. The one thing that I was avoiding the entire semester. No one was really hanging out with me, and nor did I want them to. I was literally in bed all the time. I wanted other people to do other things and not be worried about me. And it was great because it reminded me how much I actually enjoyed being with myself. Everything was different, but I couldn't complain.
Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself, yeah.
See, I made myself feel crazy, thinking that no one liked me and they just tolerated me for being around. I'm sure this wasn't the case, but my brain convinced me that it was. My brain was like,
absolutely 100% no one likes you. Why would you think that anybody likes you?
why did I feel this way? Well, after some deep reflection and a lot of journaling, I actually wanted to read you an excerpt from my journal. I don't feel like I truly belong in this program. Like, seriously, what makes me better than most people that applied? I know of so many people more qualified than me. Looking at the numbers, I mean, I don't belong here. Actually, pretty bad GMAT, if I were being real. I convinced myself that I didn't deserve to be in this program because of a certain score. But there's so much more that goes into the decision of accepting you in college or a job or anything. Putting a value on you through a test score or like a GPA is arbitrary. So this feeling of me being a fraud, I felt so little about myself. I put everybody else on a pedestal. So I was always looking up at others. But you know what? Why should I put other people on a pedestal when it takes away from my own self-esteem? I realized I couldn't trust myself. I drew this imaginary picture that no one likes me and that I'm less than. Sure, there are probably people that don't like me, but I'm coming to the realization that as long as I trust myself to do actions that follow my set of beliefs, it doesn't matter what other people think of my actions, because I think it's okay. Because I'm not a fraud to myself. I'm not lying to myself.
All I wanna do is free your mind.
I truly spent some of the best times all by myself, and this quarantine has helped me realize that. And I honestly think it was because I fell in love with yoga. It helped me realize my awesomeness through consistent practice. By consistently reminding myself of my worth and my life intentions, and by working on cool inversions to help me remember how awesome my body is. And I did that by surrendering to my practice and consistently freeing my mind.
Summer, fall, the grass is always greener till I cut it off.
It's so hard to realize your awesomeness when you're constantly putting people above you. That feeling of, if someone doesn't need me or want me, then I'm worthless. All you really need is yourself, because you're the one keeping yourself alive. Literally the bare minimum of being a human being is being alive, and you're the only one that can do that. Be alive. All of your loving friends and family are just an added bonus to this thing that we call our life. The grass is always greener on the other side. Other people will always look like they have it better than you until you cut those negative thoughts and see yourself for the way the world sees you, as some random person on the street. Let's work on building relationships and connecting with people, not a higher being to be afraid of. All right, I hope you all enjoyed this attempt of me being deep. But there's something about the fact that the album Swimming by Mac Miller was on constant replay during my time in grad school. Am I saying that too much? This quarantine, I've been going swimming as much as I can. And I've been going alone. And you know what? I really enjoy it. Yes, it was the only gym that was open, but I'm so glad that I did it. That 50 minutes of swimming that I do is so therapeutic. It gives me time to be by myself and just think or not think or do whatever I want by myself. I encourage you all to find something to do with yourself that you really enjoy, and that will help you realize how awesome it is to spend time with yourself. Until you are fully content and happy being with yourself, you will always crave the approval of others. I'd much rather get my own approval than anybody else's. Okay. If you like this video, please let me know, because I really want to do something similar with the album No Rain, No Flowers by Sabrina Claudio. That one's also made a huge impact in my life. Such a beautiful album. So let me know, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.